What's up, guys?
What
Hello,
is up?
hello.
A classic YouTube entrance. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. How's everyone doing?
I can't. I'm doing great. I'm
Nauseous.
back this week. Y'all's episode last week was actually very, very nice. And I was very emo about having to
It
miss
was
it.
so funny.
Yeah, it was.
I know. I was listening back to it and I was like, this was a good episode.
in my head. I was like, I really want to spill the tea, but respectfully. So I was
Oh my
like,
God. It was every single thing we said. We were like, well, I won't name names and I won't say anything, but this
No,
happened.
and
So it's like everyone listening must have been like, what the fuck are you guys
and
saying?
half the time
I
I feel
know.
like Amanda and I were trying to figure out who the other person was talking
know.
about.
Yeah.
So we were like, we
I
were
still
really
don't
just
know. The one guy you were talking about, the barbecue man, I still don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Anyways, whatever.
It was like a blip in history, so it's like I don't know. Well, I'll tell you about it later if it comes up. So
Shayla, tell us all about the beach. Where were
So-
you? How was it?
All right. Well, okay. So I went to Miramar with a few of my friends, and all of my roommates and my brother. And it was a lot of fun. We did run into a few hiccups on the trip, more than a few, but I feel like it didn't really taint the trip in like a horrible way. But like long story short, my friend Maddie, her car died, and we literally like had to go get her a new battery on the day we were going back to Georgia. And that same like day at AutoZone, you guys, like she literally hit another car. And it's just like every kind of car
Been
issue
there.
every issue you run into, like everything you don't want to happen on a trip. But it was a lot of fun. I got super toasted. I got way too drunk,
Nice.
but that's okay.
Austin's Snapchat stories were sending me.
You guys, a month of no drinking. I was out after two shots, like two
Oh, I
shots on my
believe it.
entire life. I was like done the first day.
Dude,
and then the
you
next
look
day-
skinny too.
Thank you.
I was like, maybe
Thank
I'll
you.
participate in Ramadan next year.
No, everyone I was on the trip with said that. And I was like, you guys, like, stop trying to hype me up like that because I don't need it. Like, my soul can't take it if it's not true.
No.
And
Bitch, you doing a good job.
thank
You're
you.
doing a
Thank
good
you.
job.
Good job.
Oh my God. But yes, the trip was lovely. I felt like I was in an alternate universe for the past 3 days because it was literally like a 3-day trip. And I don't know. It was weird, but I'm glad to be home. I'm really happy to be
Yeah.
back.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Glad you
Fill
had fun.
me in. What's going on with you guys?
Hannah, what's up with work?
It's my birthday this Wednesday,
Mm.
which I'm really excited
yeah, fuck
about.
work. Let's talk about the birthday.
I mean, the realm of work, there is not much of anything new happening that I can talk about, but everything here is like pretty normal, but I always look forward to my birthday, but this year I'm like more excited because my mom is going to come up and spend the day with me in Charlotte, which I think is so sweet.
That's so nice.
Yeah, so she's gonna drive up like Wednesday morning. I still have to like work, but we're gonna like go get drinks and go have like a nice dinner, and she's gonna get lunch with me on my break. And then
Great. That's so sweet.
yeah, and then she's gonna like go back Thursday morning. So she's literally just coming for
Oh,
the
wow.
night. But my mom is like always like very like she always wants to spend my birthday with me, no matter where I am. So I just think it's so cute. My dad like literally couldn't be bothered, but my mom is coming. And so doing that, and then to celebrate my birthday, I'm throwing like an early 2000s birthday party on my friends, like on the roof of their building, because my building here is like pretty strict. So a few of my friends offered to host it for me. And my friend Lennon is like going to make me this cake. And when my mom's here, we're going to get like some stuff for the party. But I've told everyone to dress up. I don't know how committed the guys are going to be to the theme, but as far as I know, all of the girls are dressing up. So it'll be really fun. And then we're going to do that during the day and go to like this like club sushi restaurant for dinner, which is like really big here in Charlotte. And it's so much fun. And then we're going to go out that night. So it'll be a good time.
I'm so excited for
And-
the theme because it's early 2000s themed.
Yeah.
So very like, you know, Paris Hilton in her prime, Lindsay Lohan type stuff. So I feel like it's such a good theme because that's kind of the style that's
Yeah.
in right
No,
now.
like literally,
so,
like
we're gonna be
I
so
think I'm
just
just
like
gonna
comfortable.
wear. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like wear what I'm wearing to the party out.
yeah, I
But
definitely will.
Shayla, your friend Michaela, I think is coming to the party.
Michaela, like,
Yeah.
wait, Cochran?
Dude, like your friend Michaela, who I know.
Girl, how? I wait,
Yeah,
Okay.
wait,
how-
what? I love her. I'm
Not
glad
in a
she's
bad
going,
way.
but
Like, I'm
what?
happy you guys are hanging
No,
out, but like, wait,
no.
how?
So it's so random. But she DM'd me on Instagram over the weekend and said she was going to be in Charlotte for work over the weekend and into next week. And I was like, I'm throwing this party if you want to
Aw.
come. And
That's
so she
nice.
was
So
like,
nice.
yeah, I'd love to.
Guys, I'm so emo. I literally can't go to this thing. And now I'm like
Yeah.
hearing like random like friends are showing up. What?
I love
Yeah.
how our friend group just always, I don't know, we melt into each other's friends groups. Like
Yes.
your friends are my friends and Hannah's friends and everything. I love that.
I hope Jessica's still coming because I texted her today and was like, you're still coming this weekend, right? And she hasn't responded. So we'll
She's
see.
a busy gal.
She is a
She
very
really
busy gal.
is.
But
Y'all popping off with Jules by Jessica for sure. Like all of
Yeah.
her pictures
Oh my
recently,
God,
I'm like
I am-
dying.
I am so impressed at what she's turned that into because, like, I remember it was like a year or two ago now, 2 or 3, wow, a long time ago. But I did like a news story on her for like a
Mhm.
class of mine, and she was like, "Yeah, I just like started this for fun, and people still like it, so I'm still doing it." And now after graduation, she's like turned it into this full-fledged small business, and it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's so great.
I also got together with a bunch of influencers this weekend, which
Oh yeah.
I was like a little skeptical about. Not in like nothing personal against them. It's just that when I meet people for the first time, I like have like the worst social anxiety. And it's like once I start to open up more, then it's like there's just no stopping me. But like once I get like actually getting to that place, I just always feel so uncomfortable. And just like blindly meeting someone that you only know through Instagram can kind of be a risk because you have no idea what to expect. But I was really honestly like touched that they wanted to include me because a lot of these girls have like way more followers than me and like are more so in like the actual like influencer industry more so than I am. And they've been working with like a lot of brands and stuff that I have like dreamt of working about. So it was nice to get with them to kind of like talk to them and get some advice, but also it was great like shooting content with them. And it kind of like reminded me of like a little bit where I was back in like December, January, because that was probably when I was like really like cranking it out. And then obviously some personal stuff happened and I took a step back, but it's like it kind of showed me or it reminded me a little bit of like why I want to do this and how much I love it. So I'm really glad I made the decision to go and it was a lot of fun. So
Well, your pictures looked amazing.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think you're gonna like stay in touch with all those girls and like keep?
Yeah, so a few
out?
of them like live in Charlotte, and then I actually ended up meeting Corinne, who I think we all kind of know, just because she used to work at the same store as us, and met her for the first time, and then another girl from Atlanta, and we like it turned into like a whole day, like. Granted, they were like shooting way more than I was like prepared or could commit to shooting. Like, I love getting dressed up and taking pictures, but it's like I have like a 2-hour window. And then it's like after those 2 hours, like I'm done. And they like made it like a whole day thing. And I had some stuff that I needed to do for work. So I shot with them in the morning on Saturday, came home, did some work, and then actually ended up meeting up with them again for dinner. And that was like unexpected. I didn't think I was gonna like see them again, but I'm glad I went like back out, and I definitely think we'll keep in touch. It's really weird. It's like you feel like you kind of know these people and then you like meet them in person, and I don't know, it's like social media is like such a weird thing, but I'm glad that
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say like the exact same thing. Not that I'm like in that influencer game at all, but the amount of people that I've made friends with like over Instagram, just like because I've met them in passing or like they were a mutual of mine. Like, and I've like managed to build like some really good relationships. And that's so wild to me. Cause sometimes I hate social media sometimes so much, but then other times I'm like, okay, well, like this is another way of me like meeting some people.
Yeah.
Nice.
I met like I met this one girl who literally was like in law school. She lives here in Charlotte. She was in law school, like COVID happened. She decided she didn't want to like continue with law school. Now works as like a legal aid to a judge here in Charlotte. And she was like, "Oh yeah, like on my lunch break, like I have 30 minutes, but I'll go out and shoot content. And then when I'm done working for the day, I'll go out and shoot more." And I was like, I can barely commit to shooting on a Sunday because I'm hungover from going out on Saturday. And I was like, so
That's some
I don't know.
hustle. Like that's
Yeah,
insane.
like that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
good for
Like
her.
it really made me realize like how much it's possible to grow if you just really hold yourself accountable. And it's like I want this so badly. So it's like I know if I really put my time and energy into it, I can. But it's kind of like when you're starting out, it gets a little bit frustrating just because it's like I put so much time and energy into something and then it's like it doesn't get as many views or I want, or it doesn't get as many likes, or it doesn't get received as well. But it's like you got to just kind of like keep going, and it's like if you want it enough, like you'll get there eventually. So that's just kind of where I'm at and what I'm telling myself. So
Yeah, I can definitely see it being like hard, like maybe not on like your lunch break or something, but in like the little time slots you do have, just to like push yourself and be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go out and take like a couple photos, maybe if it's just like one outfit or whatever. But I think the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get with it,
yeah,
and then it'll just be like second nature.
like that's the other thing is the comfort. Like one of the girls, and like this is like nothing but respect. Like I'm literally like, this is not me talking shit at all. She had absolutely no issue with shooting in the most public places with like her tripod. And like we were all
wow.
there. We were all
I
there,
have
and I
so
was
much
like,
respect for that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
honestly.
like we were all there, and like we were kind of like taking pictures of each other, but she was like literally like in a coffee shop, whipped her tripod out and just had a little shoot right there sitting at the table. And I was like, because I guess like, you know, if you shoot with a tripod a lot, you obviously know better like how to better your angles and whatnot. So I think that's more so where she was coming from. But I would never have like I don't even have the confidence sometimes to like ask a friend and be like, "Hey, can you take a photo of me in front of this like really busy area?" And she was like, "Bringing it." And I was like, that's the confidence level that I need
She's
to get on.
all business. All
Yeah.
business. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda,
Well.
what's up with you?
Well, I had a call earlier today with someone who is like, she helped me kind of restructure my resume, and I don't know. I hate talking about like job stuff because I don't want to jinx anything, and I don't want to like, you know, I'm a little
No,
superstitious. But anyway,
I
I
get
like
it.
I had a really good call with her. She was like an assistant to my aunt, and so that's how I got in touch with this girl. But I don't know, she was telling me about like her situation like after graduating, and what she did and how long it took her to get a job and everything. And it was like a really similar situation to mine, even with, she was like, yeah, I couldn't find a job, so I started nannying. And like that's the same thing I did, Hannah, you did it too.
Mhm.
So it was just really nice to hear from her, and she's not that much older than me. So it was just, she was really easy to talk to. So that was good. That was nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so hopefully something comes out of that. I guess, well, for this episode, it's probably not going to be that long, and we're probably just going to like talk about random stuff. But one thing I wanted to bring up is Joshua Bassett gay? Did he come out?
Okay. So he came out, but I don't think it's confirmed whether or not he's like, you know, gay or if he's like bi. I don't think he like really
Okay.
cared to address it, nor
Yeah.
like is it
Not
that
that
big
he
a deal.
needs to.
But so wild, y'all, because like the amount of time I spent like invested in this love triangle of this High School Musical Disney star group. Like I have no idea why I was so invested in it, as was the rest of the world apparently. But him coming out, but my favorite part of his coming out was he was gushing about Harry Styles.
Aw, that's cute. Well, I was like, it was just so funny to me because, Olivia Rodrigo put out this, essentially a diss track to him, and then it was like this huge web, and he's like, guys, look, I'm gay. And I'm
Yeah.
you
Like
know,
literally the jump start, not to like discredit her in any way. I'm
Right.
just saying like the jump start to her career. And I feel like the rest of theirs was this love triangle. And now this girl's like going to the Brits, like hanging out with Taylor Swift. I don't know. It's
Did you see
insane.
that Devin Carlson assisted with like the styling of her music video, of the new music video?
Stop. Is that,
She
oh my
did.
God.
I know.
That's insane.
I
I
was
do like the
living for
music
it.
video. I do.
I haven't seen the music video, but I
haven't
love
seen
the
it.
song.
Yeah.
I have never actually like played one of her songs, but I feel like I know them all just because of TikTok.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
It's
but
like she's
I like the
so-
inspiration behind the video. It took a lot. It took from, I think, Jennifer's Body. She took inspiration from, I think, Princess Diaries. Like she took a lot. There are a lot of
Yeah.
references to like other forms of like media that we know. So I really like when
Yeah.
people do that.
She's such a versatile artist, like because it's like all of the songs that she's released, like her last 3 singles, all have, I feel like, different sounds. Like the
Mhm.
most recent song gives me like very much Avril Lavigne, kind of like Paramore vibes, which I think is like really cool. And then obviously like Driver's License was like a lot more of like a like pop ballad, and then Deja Vu was like kind of like the similar thing. But I
Mhm.
saw this cool TikTok talking about how the 4, like she's releasing another single, and it's like the 4 stages of like going through a breakup.
That's
Mm.
hilarious. All over Joshua Bassett.
Yeah, which is like another interesting point. So
Which is just
I
why
respect
find
the
it-
artistry though.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, like whether he's gay or bi or whatever he wants to be, like doesn't matter. But it's just so funny that like all of this, and he's like, "Oh, guys, look, I gotta tell you something."
Like girlies were writing tracks on tracks over him. Like
He's like,
must be
"Fuck."
special then.
Kendall Jenner's tequila is rolling out.
Okay, so I was like keeping up with this entire weekend because I'm a sucker for the Cactus Jacks, the Casamigos. Like I want to try all of that shit. But Kendall's, I saw like on her social media, she turned off all of her comments, anything regarding to the tequila, she turned it off. And I kind of feel like sucks for her, I guess, in a way, because like, yeah, I'm sure she like was really happy about this, but like, I don't know. It's just like a funny situation, the entire
still
thing.
don't know
Like,
what
I'm
to
glad
think
she
about that.
reprinted all of the things and like kind of corrected like her mistakes and all of this
Is
stuff.
that
But
is that what happened? Yeah, I was about to say, has she like responded to any backlash? Because I haven't. Been
I don't
keeping
think
up
she
with it.
responded to anything. I think they just like repackaged like all of her product.
What was
kind of
wrong
like
with
I
the
wanna s-
packaging?
Do you remember when it was like the placement of like the words? I think it was like in Spanish, reposado tequila or blanco tequila. It was supposed to be like flip flopped.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because
Or it was like, or they
it,
put tequila blanco and then they put tequila reposado, but they had to flip it because that's not how you say it in Spanish.
In
And it was just like,
Spanish.
yeah. And
interesting.
it was like it was just like poor like attention to detail in my
Yeah.
opinion. And so I just like thought it was kind of funny how she literally turned off like all the comments on like all of her tequila posts, even the ones that she posted today.
Yeah, I always find it interesting when people turn off comments because it's like, are you running away from the backlash?
Yeah.
But I also understand that sometimes you genuinely don't want to get torn down like that. But I think at a level of like Kendall Jenner and like coming up with a business, I think it's important to like take into consideration what the majority of your audience is saying.
Yeah.
You know,
1000%
honestly,
agree.
like someone who I respect, and I use the word respect very loosely, for not turning off their comments is Olivia Jade. Because
real.
she gets
Ugh.
torn apart.
everything that this girl posts, like literally it could, I mean, like I think she posted something about her mom for Mother's Day, like every other person did. And obviously, because it's Lori Laughlin, like all of the comments were just about the college admission scandal. And I am not saying that it's unjustified. It's just like it's on her TikTok, it's on her Instagram, it's everywhere, no matter how whatever this girl tries to do to put the focus elsewhere. I think this really is just going to follow her around for like the rest
I
of her
was
life. So
thinking though, like in her comments, people have kind of turned it into like, girly, like where's your like talking about that school
yeah, like
thing.
making it fun, like a joke out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're like, okay, y'all, like the comments are kind of getting old. Like this
It is
girl
getting
is like
old.
really just trying to move on, and you guys are just in the comments like berating her. And I mean, like you said, Hannah, no one can really excuse any of that, but like
What
there
the
comes a
fuck is she
point where you
supposed to
start telling
do?
people,
like,
yeah,
what is she supposed to like end that's her job is YouTube and social
Yeah.
media. So she's just supposed to stop working because I don't know. It's a sticky situation because obviously that whole college admission scandal was terrible. It affected a lot of people. I guess I don't know. I don't know if I'm even if that's the
Okay,
correct
my
thing
whole
to
thing,
say, but like
yeah.
you know, I
me
don't
say
know. I
that-
just like move on, people. Move on.
Yeah. There's like literally no reason for death threats and TikTok comments. That's like the end all be all.
Yeah. Any other pop culture stuff going on lately?
Ariana Grande got married over the weekend.
Did
Yeah.
she?
Mm-hmm.
Aw. I forgot.
Apparently
she
it was
engaged.
apparently it was like this huge fortress wedding. Like no one could take pictures from above. Like she
Wow.
had it like
Interesting.
locked down. Yeah.
Go off, queen.
I know. Congratulations to her. I like it's so weird to me that she was literally engaged to Pete Davidson. Like I don't even know how long
I
ago.
know. And like, oh my God, I don't know. I really did like them together. I don't think anyone knows much about the guy that she married.
Apparently he's
all.
like some realtor or something.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
like
know.
a realtor. It like seems like just a very average guy. So I was like, you know what? Go off.
Sometimes I find that works the best. Like I feel like two massive celebrities and two huge public figures. I just feel like it's hard to make that work because you're such in the spotlight for like different
Yeah.
things. But when it's someone like Ariana Grande, like a pop star and like a public figure, and then like a realtor who's not in the public sphere or whatever, I just feel like maybe that'll be a better balance than two super famous people.
A bunch of reality TV came back last week, which I'm very pumped about. Real Housewives of New York came back, and I'm most excited about it because they have their first Black housewife ever for the New York franchise.
Really?
And yeah, and she is like incredible. Like I think I mean it's only been, I think they've had 2 episodes so far this season, but I definitely hope she sticks around because she's like a self-made, I don't know, like mogul. She's like a news anchor, is a lawyer, does all of this amazing stuff, and is also just really funny. So I think she brings like a good variety to the cast. And then also Real Housewives of Beverly Hills premieres this week, which I'm most excited about because of all of the Erica Jane drama. So
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I'm so interested to see like what they say about that. What do you think about like the divorce between Erica and her husband? Do you think it had anything to do with like his I guess, isn't he being sued or something like that?
For like
yeah,
big time, like what is
big
it? Like
time.
tax fraud or like
No.
laundering, like
yeah. So it's tax fraud and laundering, and I'm pretty sure the money that was stolen was like compensation from victims.
Oh yeah, from like a plane crash or something.
Yeah, it's like really fucked. Like they basically, I mean, the accusation is that they stole money from a settlement where a bunch of people died in this plane crash, and the settlement was for all of the victims' families. And the allegation is that they stole some of that money.
wow.
So I was wondering, like, do you think the divorce, I don't know, part of my brain wants to think that the divorce had to do with like her being protected from this lawsuit.
I was about to say, do you think it was like clean up from her name, like to make sure her name was like clean from all
That's
of
what
this?
I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
like-
Because after all this time of being married, like what, look, I don't know anything about the relationship, obviously, but like what could have changed? So, I don't know.
At this
I don't
point,
know.
because weren't they together for like over 25 years or something?
Yeah,
Long
they've
time.
been together
And
for a long time.
I know people, hey, we see it all the time. People get divorced after that amount of time, but like, seems a little sus. I don't know. I feel like maybe it has something to do with her trying to like stay out of this huge lawsuit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's definitely like super. It's fishy though, because at first, like, no one really knew why they were getting a divorce. And then all this comes out, and now it's kind of like, I don't know. But it's just going to be really interesting to me because I really like her as a housewife. And, you
She's
know,
not on
obviously,
it this season, right?
she is.
She is?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought Erica wasn't coming back this season.
No, she is. Like,
That's
they're
why
going
I'm
to
so
air
excited to see.
Yeah,
what
they're
say
gonna
about
air
it.
like all of this. They're gonna air all this shit out. Like I already know it's probably gonna be like the baseline of the whole season.
Yeah, the talk of
But-
the town.
it's just interesting because like last season, that whole like Denise Richards, Brandy, like
Oh.
lesbian love affair was like such a bunch of shit. And then also like I didn't really like Denise as a housewife, but she just got really they dragged her through the ringer, and then obviously she's not back this season. So I really don't want like Erica to leave after this because of everything that's going on. They're also bringing Kathy Hilton in, which I think is really interesting. Yeah.
Oh, Kathy Hilton is gonna be a housewife?
She's like a friend of, so she's
Oh my
gonna be
God.
like
an
on it a
honorary,
lot.
an honorary mention. Dude, that's
Yes.
cool. Whoa. Cause like she's obviously isn't that
Paris Hilton's and Nikki
well
Hilton's mom.
that's Kyle's sister.
Sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, you know who they need to bring back if they're gonna
Kim.
bring Kathy there? Is they need to bring Kim. Yeah.
Kim,
I want the
Kim.
three of them
fucking
on for a
woman.
season. Yeah.
Dude, honestly, when they were doing like the Housewives All Stars, I was like the disservice to not put Kim Richards on that fucking island. Like, oh my god.
Well, so I had a question about Denise and Lisa, y'all. Are they still friends?
Denise Richards and
Denise?
Lisa
Lisa
Rinna.
Rinna?
Yeah.
I assume
Probably
so.
not. I mean, I would
Oh.
assume she doesn't really talk to any. Oh, you said you would assume so?
I don't know.
Because they've been
Sometimes
friends
I
for a
feel like-
while.
yeah, and sometimes I feel like the drama on the show, like it's real for them, and that's real emotions they have to process. But I feel like sometimes they might amp it up for the show. I mean, all of these women are like actresses or were at one point, and like I feel like sometimes this drama they amp it up for the show, and then behind the scenes, like they can resolve it, and like especially if they have a lot of history, I feel like it kind of passes. But then again, I don't know because we see
Yeah.
that Kyle and Lisa
So-
Vanderpump like are not friends, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know, but they're also going to talk about Amelia and Scott's relationship too,
Yes,
which is
thank
going to
God.
be so interesting. Yeah, which is like it's crazy to me, like how like quickly the turnaround is because Amelia and Scott have not been seeing each other for that long, and so they had to have like filmed some of that, edited it, and are now including it in this season. So like Bravo is like on their shit.
Watch them put it at the end of the season though, and then be
Yeah.
like, stay tuned for next season. I hate when they do that. But you guys, speaking of 19-year-olds, Suede Brooks, right? Did you guys know that she had like a 33-year-old boyfriend? And like, not to hate or anything, but I straight up had no idea like that she was at the time, I believe she was like 19. She's like 20 something or 20 now. 33 years old. And I thought she didn't
Creepy.
really get her money from anywhere else other than YouTube. And I don't know a ton about this, but like apparently that's not it. Apparently she came from like wealth and like that this guy was like her sugar daddy.
Probably.
But I'm not positive. But y'all, I saw the video of them on my TikTok today and I was like,
Yeah,
This
I've
is
seen that video
weird.
circulating. Dude, well, me and Hannah were talking about last week. We were like, who the fuck is Suede Brooks? I've only heard of her within the past couple weeks. And everyone's like, Suede Brooks. And she's got like millions of followers.
I only heard about her within the last like, you know, whenever I came across like Victoria, and then I saw they
Yeah.
were good friends, and now it's like I watch all of her videos and she's like on a yacht in like the Dominican Republic on an island in Costa Rica, and I'm like, okay,
Ow.
like
I'm like, what?
yeah, like I don't know. I mean, go off, sweetie, but it's like I that's the thing, is that it's like even people that have been on YouTube and social media and making money from this for years don't take the kind of trips that I've seen her take. So it's like,
I know.
I don't
She's
know.
definitely getting her money. Like, she probably comes from money. I mean, you don't have a name
That's
like
what it
Suede
was.
and don't come from money. Her name
Yeah,
is
that's what it
Suede.
That's
was.
true. It's such a rich name. I honestly really like that name. I would name
I
my
do,
child
it's
that.
so pretty. But yeah, dude, the fact that she was
Wade.
dating someone like in his 30s, look,
It
again,
just-
no judgment, but it freaks me out when people date other people that much older than them. Like at 19 years old, it's
Yeah.
different. I think, let's say
I think
if it
I
was
would
like-
date someone in their 30s.
At 19?
Yeah,
Oh,
at night.
At my present moment, I think the oldest that I would date someone would probably be like 31.
Right. Like, I feel like that's normal. And I was going to say, like, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, let's even say, like, 30 and 40 or, like, 30 and 45.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at 19,
Yeah.
and 33. That is so wildly inappropriate
Yeah.
for that man. Like,
Also, what
it
do you
is
even talk
insane.
about? Literally, what do you
what
have
the
in
fuck
common?
do you have in common?
That's what
Well,
I
I
want to
saw-
know.
I saw a video come out where people were asking if she was like dating Scott Disick, and this was right when Amelia and Scott started dating, and she was like, "No, he's actually dating one of my like really good friends," talking about Amelia. So it's like, she's involved somehow in like this group of people that I don't quite understand.
I almost
you
think
know-
that like her boyfriend at the time, like almost reminded me of like a younger Scott, but like obviously not as, high up there, I guess, in ranking and status, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess like a lot of her connections came from him because he's some like rich Rico Suave guy that honestly just likes young girls, and it freaks me out. It freaks me out so much that like they were like talking about like having a family together, and like her entire family apparently liked him. That's what I don't get, is how like nobody around her was like, this is concerning.
I don't know. And to each their own. And look, again, you're
Sure.
19, you're legally an adult, but like, I don't know. Gotta be careful with that. Like, you have no idea what the intentions of like a 33-year-old are with a 19-year-old. Like someone who could be like a freshman or sophomore in college with like a full-fledged adult.
Yeah.
That's-
Like you almost have like no business like doing any. I don't know. I don't know.
But no judgment. Go off, girl. Is she still dating him?
No.
Oh, so that's like old news.
Yeah, it's old news, but I like saw it resurface today, and I was like, it just like
Yeah,
brought me-
I've only been
made
seeing
me-
that stuff recently.
Yeah, it made me think about like just Scott and Amelia, and I just, God.
There's one more thing I want to talk about. We don't have to like super deep dive into it. We can just talk for a few minutes about it. But like, what do you guys? I think we brought it up before, maybe briefly too. But what do you guys think about like the PC culture on TikTok and like trigger warnings and like TikTok censoring the word death and like like different things like that? Like,
Oh my God.
what's your opinions on that?
Sometimes I would like for people to offer me a trigger warning before they show me the nastiest fucking shit that I've ever seen. But it's like, I don't know.
What?
Like sometimes I swear to God, it's like I can't even, I'm trying to think. It's either like something that even for me, and I am like a very vulgar person, but it's like sometimes even for me, it's like I'm clearly on like a little bit of the dark side of TikTok. And it's like, I think that there should be a trigger warning involved in that. But on another note, there was like this influencer whose videos I was watching, and he just got surgery, and he was like trigger warning blood. And then I've seen others where it's like trigger warning needles, like that kind of a thing. That I understand.
Yes.
Like
I
them,
get that.
like, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen what TikTok's doing with the word death, but I think sometimes PC culture in general can just be a little too much.
I think,
Yes.
yeah, because it's like, of course, I understand trigger warnings and I respect them and I respect people for using them. But, like,
I'm so sorry, you guys.
No,
My
you're
brother
good.
needs his keys.
no, you're good. Yeah, but like, I don't know, like people say, like, I'm going to unalive myself. Or, you know what I mean? Instead of like, kill
Yeah.
myself, which I get, but it's
Oh.
like, I don't know. Sometimes, like, I see other perspectives and it's like people getting mad at other people for not putting a trigger warning
Sure.
on certain things. And it's kind of like, is it your responsibility to put a trigger warning on something? Because it's like, I don't know. Sometimes
The
like, if you're
world
that-
isn't
if you're-
responsible
the-
for your triggers. I'm
Right,
sorry,
like,
but like,
you cannot be so like sheltered and protected, but at the same time, like I think what changed my perspective is think what you want, but like Trisha Paytas said on the H3 podcast, she was like, because Ethan was kind of like, dude, why does everyone need all these trigger warnings? And she was like, well, TikTok is a safe space for some people. And I was like, okay, that changes my perspective, but at the same time, it's an app that you can see anything on. So is it really that much
Yeah.
of a safe space?
you don't really see like that many. Like, I agree with you. You don't see that many trigger warnings on like other apps, in my opinion. On
Yeah.
Instagram, it's like the blurred photo and like shoot, if you want to see it, you can see it or whatever.
Yeah.
But on TikTok, I feel like I see a million a day. And no hate if you want to put it. If you want to put it for your audience, that's great. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I can agree with you on like the sense of people getting mad in the comments and being like, I deserve a trigger warning. Nobody is responsible for your triggers. And not to be rude
Yeah.
or like insensitive. I'm just saying like nobody's gonna hold your hand through all of this and be like, oh, cover your eyes. Like,
That's
sorry,
what I'm
but
saying.
like,
Yeah, it's like, again, respect to anyone that puts them on there. I
yes.
think that's very courteous. But yeah, I guess the people that are like, you didn't put a trigger warning because you use strobe lights. And it's like, I'm not responsible for your epilepsy, dude.
Or
Like,
some people. Oh my God, wait, Amanda. I was gonna say that's okay.
That should be a warning.
I was about to say, like the flashing. Oh my God.
maybe that's a bad example.
We're
That's a lot.
ruthless up here on a Monday. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
know.
gosh.
I don't know. I guess I'm ignorant because like whatever. But like at the same time, one time I did see a TikTok and it was like trigger warning and it was talking about something and I was like, okay, like I'll watch it. And then I really actually did get triggered and I was like, maybe these are a good thing.
Yeah, no, they're
So I
good
don't
and
know.
it's just more so to the people who are hating on others that don't put them, like calm the fuck down. Like
Yeah.
go find an account
don't
that puts
know.
them.
Like I
Sorry.
get that like Gen Z especially is very trying to be very aware and sensitive to what other people go through and other people's problems, but at some point it's like you can't individually be responsible for what everyone else is feeling. I don't know.
It brings me to like the idea of people being so obsessed with like themselves almost and be like it's all about me. Does that I don't know how
Yeah,
to
no,
like
no, that's an interesting
properly
perspective. Yeah, that
you
makes
know what I
sense.
mean? Like it's like you get so bothered about like what people aren't doing for you and I'm like
Yeah.
go do it yourself. And then it like
Like
it is a
protect
very
yourself at some rate. You do
Yeah.
have to just like, censor things yourself.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
don't know. That's my little 2 cents on that. But that's really all I had this week for you ladies as far as what I wanted to
Same.
talk about. Anything else you guys wanted to add?
The other day. No, I'm just kidding. But I was like, I go through this like phase where actually, let me rephrase this. I am not like actively on any dating apps anymore, meaning that I am not like pursuing a date via a dating app. It's more so like I have one dating app that I will occasionally check if I'm just feeling really bored because you never know what is out there, right? But I never actively like anyone. I just see who likes me. And the shit that people
Nice.
send you, I quite literally, it just sends me. It's just like, I don't understand where, like, if they think it's funny or if they actually think that it's going to warrant a response. But one day on here, I'm just going to come and like read all of the weird ass shit that people have sent me. I think that would be very
Ooh.
entertaining.
That would be a
But-
lot of fun.
Yeah. God.
I don't really get sent anything, but Hannah, I would love to hear.
We
Yeah.
should all just like download these apps and just like see what happens for a week as like a social experiment.
That's what I said. I said that
Yeah.
one time. I was like, we should all just like as a social experiment, like get on these apps, see what we get out of it, and just like
Or like
make fun of it.
yeah, like let's like include like actual good photos of us, but just make the prompts about the weirdest fucking shit and
Yeah.
then see like who we
see
attract.
what happens.
Exactly.
Right.
I'd be down to do that for like a girls' weekend. Like we don't do anything else. We just do that.
Dude, I'm
Like
so
one
down.
of my
we can all
one of
get
my
together. We can set like weird locations too.
Yes.
like one
I'd
of
be
my
down.
one of my girlfriends like this past weekend was like talking about how one of the guys in our friend group needed to revamp his dating profile and she jokingly made all of his prompts like something to do with like ranch dressing.
Damn.
So I think that would be fun.
He's like, you want to
I'd be
go
down to do
find
that
a
with
hidden
just-
valley?
I'm
Yes.
oh god. I'm gonna make all of mine having to do with Pitbull and then see what kind of
Oh
man
my
I
God.
attract.
Dude, that could be fun. Let's plan a weekend. All
Yeah.
get together, get some drinks, and go on those dating apps. I'm down.
There we
That
go.
sounds-
Alrighty.
Well,
All
ladies
right.
and gents, thank you all, as always, for watching, listening, supporting, whatever. And we will see you next week.
Hugs and kisses, everyone.
Bye.
I'm so glad you